Okay, today we got another dyno comparison for you guys. This one, as you can see in the background, is a GLI. It's a 2012 2-liter TSI. It's a good client of ours. We've done plenty of upgrades to this thing over the past year and a half, maybe 2 years. It currently has a Neuspeed Intake, a CTS upgraded downpipe. I believe it's a CTS front mount intercooler, and we've also done the clutch on it as well. It's currently running Stage 2 APR software on 91 octane, and he's picked up, it's new in the box but used HPA K04 setup. So we're going to do the turbo upgrade and see what kind of results we can get going from the APR Stage 191 to APR's K04 software. So one thing we have to add to that is K04, or the APR K04 software actually uses an upgraded map sensor as well, where the HPA kit just uses the stock map. So we got to change that also, but let's get to dynoing this thing and see what we can make for power in its current setup and see what kind of gains we can get. Okay, so let's see what this thing has. This car's never been on the dyno before, so your guess is as good as mine at this point. We have a good idea what it should make, but let's see what it can do. Last run. Our best, basically 220 is what we're seeing. But we're going to do one more run to back it up. Just have a little bit of time to cool down. So consistent. The graphs are near identical to each other. So that one was 219. So 219 and 220 are basically the runs that we've done. I'll show you guys the graphs just in a quick second here. But that's it for this one. It's time to do the upgrades and bump up that power a little bit. Okay, there we are. 3 runs. 219, 220. 210, 213. Okay, we have a bit of a voiceover here because I once again had a rookie move and filmed a few clips in slow motion so we don't get any sound. So at this point I noticed obviously the power was down on this thing, and because we're doing a comparison and we're doing a bunch of upgrades to it, there wasn't any point going through and trying to troubleshoot it all because we're going to have it all apart. But it was definitely down on power and a lot of torque. But as we get into swapping the turbo out, we noticed a few issues which we'll get to here. As you'll see, this wasn't any major concern, but it's something to address, which we did. The wiring was cracked in a few spots on the sheathing, and here it was actually chafing, and about 5 or 6 of those wires were actually exposing the copper in them. So we went through and fixed all that stuff up. That wasn't any major concern at this point. There was no codes or faults for any of that stuff. However, what we'll show you here in a second was the major contributor to the lack of power. The owner installed this front mount intercooler himself, and this coupler doesn't come with an O-ring. You're supposed to use the factory O-ring on it, and it was missing. So that would have been a major boost leak, and which would explain why it was down on power. But let's get to actually making some real power now. Okay, so we're ready to do our first rips on the new setup. We did a new set of plugs, we upgraded the map sensor, clearly we did the turbo. We found some problems obviously, which would result in the lower power output early on. I am going to log all this to make sure that we don't have any outstanding issues. There's no codes on the dash or anything like that, and we're ready to go. We're looking for gains here, we're looking for gains. Okay, cut me off a bit short there, but we got 292, 323. So we're up like 270 wheel horsepower and 115 wheel torque or something like that from before. So I got a few more runs to do yet before, because we were having some issues with the tach earlier on. So I want to just do a few more runs like this just to make sure we get good solid data out of it. All right, we're logging, we're ready to go. So 295 that run. So we're basically in the 295 to 300 and something. They're all pretty consistent. I'll probably just let it cool down a little bit longer. I've done, just because we had a tach issue, I've done a couple runs, more than what I usually would. I think we're on number 10 now, or no, that was run 12. So I'll give it some time to cool down and we'll give it one more blast here. But totally different car, totally different car. All right, that's our best run yet, 301, 333. So we're up now like 80 wheel horsepower and 120 something wheel torque from when he dropped the car off. So this thing is not gonna feel any bit the same as what it did before. It's crazy how much, you know, a few upgrades can do. And yeah, he's gonna be super pumped with this, I'm sure. Okay, that was our highest peak yet, which was 308, and it did 328 torque that time. So the difference really was a little bit, I mean, I waited probably 15-20 minutes since the last run, so maybe a little bit to do with it cooling down a little bit more to pick up a little bit more horsepower. But clearly we've done a few runs over 300 now. All around the 325 to 335 torque. So I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. I'll probably get out, show you a couple of the graphs, and that'll be it. He's in for a whole new car, to say the least. Okay, so I'm gonna compare two of the third gear runs. I've done runs in both third and fourth gear. So you can see here in the mid-range power, it's gained substantial amounts of horsepower and torque, like, you know, over 100 foot-pounds of torque in the difference, and horsepower is what am I looking at? Yeah, it's almost about 100 horsepower in the difference too in the mid-range. So this car is not going to feel any bit like it did in the past. He's in for a real treat with this. And here you can see the fourth gear runs. APR really controls the torque, the surge of the turbo, and also the torque in regards to traction. So they're really trying to keep this thing under control down low. I've done dynoed these things, or these K04s, with other software in the past, and the torque will be definitely higher for sure. But the problem is on a front-wheel drive car, it's just going to lose all kinds of traction down here. So APR really tries to manage the torque, as you can see in this thing, and then ramp it up a little bit later. Some turbos, yes, it's got to do with controlling surge. I think this is kind of a combination of both controlling a bit of the surge for being it's still a very small turbo in comparison, but also because that torque comes on so fast, it's a bit of managing that power so that the tires can actually get some traction. So there it is. Okay, we just finished up on the MK6 GLI. It's all ready to go. You've seen what it's done for power, and I think the owner's going to be super pumped with this. So again, the numbers are about from when it came in. Obviously we had a couple issues with it that potentially were hurting the power originally. One specifically being the O-ring on the charge pipe. But it's up from when he dropped it off about about 80 wheel horsepower, I think, peak. but it's also up 120 peak torque. But as I mentioned, as I was showing you the graphs, in the mid-range, it's like 100 wheel horsepower and 100 wheel torque, and the difference almost throughout the whole thing. So this thing's not going to be any bit the same as what it was. I know he's going to be super pumped. So if you guys have any questions or comments, as always, be sure to ask them below. If you're looking for any merch, the link's below in the description as well. So that's going to do it for this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.